Christmas Eve was supposed to be simple for Mark and his daughter, just one last stop at the bakery. But then, in the crowd of holiday shoppers, he saw a familiar face he never thought he'd see again. His heart skipped. It was Sophie, his ex-wife, the mother of his child. For a moment, time froze. What would he say? How would she react? And as Emma tugged at her mother's hand, Mark realized this chance encounter could change everything. The crisp December air bit at Mark's cheeks as he loaded the last of the grocery bags into his car. Christmas Eve always brought a whirlwind of activity, but this year felt heavier, quieter. Since the divorce, decorating the house with little Emma had been bittersweet. She laughed at the twinkling lights and insisted on hanging ornaments with precision only a 6-year-old could demand. Mark sighed and wiped his hands on his coat. One more thing and we're done, kiddo. Emma's eyes sparkled behind her woolen scarf as she tugged him toward the last store on their lista. Small bakery downtown, known for its peppermint bark. The streets were bustling, families rushing past in search of gifts, but Mark felt the familiar pang of loneliness that had become part of his holiday routine. As he parked, a sudden movement by the bakery door made him pause, and then he saw her, Sophie, his ex-wife, the mother of his child. She was adjusting her scarf, juggling a small shopping bag and a coffee cup, her hair catching the last rays of the afternoon sun. Mark's heart did a confusing flip. "Sophie?" he asked, almost too quietly to hear. She looked up, startled. Then recognition softened her features. "Mark." "Hi," she said, awkward but warm. Emma, oblivious to the tension, waved happily. "Mommy." Sophie's eyes lit up, and Mark noticed the gentle curve of her smile that had once made his heart race. They exchanged greetings, the kind strained with years of separation, but also polite enough to keep strangers from noticing. "I wasn't expecting to see you here," Mark admitted, trying to sound casual. "Me neither," Sophie said, glancing at Emma. "I just came to grab a few last-minute gifts." A silence fell between them, heavy with memories and what-ifs. Mark remembered the nights of laughter, the whispered promises, the fights that had ended in tears, and the quiet agreement to part ways. Seeing Sophie now brought it all rushing back, mingling strangely with the joy of watching Emma's excitement for Christmas. Emma tugged at Sophie's hand. "Look, Mommy, they have the peppermint bark you love." Mark chuckled softly. "You remembered." Sophie smiled, a little sadly. "Of course I remembered." They spent the next few minutes browsing the bakery together, careful small talk flowing around shared memories of holidays past. Emma's laughter filled the space between them, a gentle reminder that love had not disappeared entirely, it had just changed shape. "Mark," Sophie said softly as they walked toward the counter. I've been thinking about how much I miss this, us, in a way." He looked at her, unsure what to say, but before he could respond, Emma chimed in. "Can we get some peppermint bark for Santa too?" Mark laughed, and Sophie joined in. "Yes, Emma, let's not forget Santa." The moment was simple, pure, and warm. Neither Mark nor Sophie knew what the future held, but for now there was laughter, peppermint, and the comfort of shared memories. They paid for the treats, bundled up again, and stepped into the softly falling snow as Emma ran ahead to throw a snowball at a street lamp. Mark noticed Sophie watching her with a soft, thoughtful smile. "Maybe we can do this again," he asked, not daring to hope. Sophie nodded. Maybe we can. And for the first time in years, Christmas Eve felt complete. Before they parted ways, Mark handed Sophie a small envelope. "Here, a little early Christmas gift," he said. Inside was a voucher for a family experience at a local ice skating rinks, something they could all enjoy together, giving Emma memories without the strain of the past. Sophie's eyes glistened. "Thank you, Mark. This really means a lot." Mark grinned. "Merry Christmas, Sophie." "Merry Christmas, Emma." Emma, chewing on her peppermint bark, squealed, "Best Christmas ever." And as the snow swirled around them, Mark realized that sometimes the holiday magic wasn't about perfect presents or flawless plans. It was about unexpected reunions, laughter, and the simple joy of being together. To celebrate the season of unexpected joys, we're giving away a special Christmas gift bundle including festive treats, family games, and holiday decorations. Enter now and make your Christmas as magical as Mark and Emma's.